Hi kids! Are you ready to learn something new today? I'm Teacher Che, your science teacher for today. Come, let's read and learn!
Living things constantly interact with their environment. Each kind of environment is made up of biotic or living and abiotic or non-living things components that interact and depend on one another in different ways.
The abiotic components are air, space, sun, and water. Biotic or living things components like human, animals, and plants need the abiotic or non-living things components to survive. In this lesson, you will be able to describe the effect of the environment on the life cycle of organisms. Here is an illustration that shows the interaction between the environment and living organisms. Air is made up of essential gases that living things need to endure. These include oxygen and carbon dioxide. Plants, animals, and humans breathe the air around. Breathing is a part of a process called respiration. During respiration, living things take in oxygen from the air and gives out carbon dioxide. During photosynthesis, plants take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen. Air in the atmosphere is a mixture of different gases that we cannot see but we can feel. It is made up of 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and small amounts of carbon dioxide, neon, and hydrogen. Common pollutants in the air are as follows. First, carbon monoxide, which comes from burning of gasoline by cars. Second, nitrogen oxide, which comes from burning of diesel fuel by vehicles, coal and oil by factories and electric power plants. Third, ozone, which is an exhaust from motor vehicles. Fourth, sulfur dioxide, which comes from burning of coal by power plants to produce electricity. If the air becomes polluted, it will be hard for living organisms to grow well and reproduce. Exposure to polluted air will cause coughing, asthma, and diseases of the lungs among humans and animals. Air pollutants decrease the ability of plants to make food through photosynthesis. This causes to slow down the growth of plants and decrease harvest for crops and fruit trees. A mixture of air pollutants and fog produces a smog, which makes the air difficult to breathe. It becomes bad for the lungs of humans and animals. It is not healthy for plants as well. When pollutants in the air combine with water, it will produce acid rain, which damages the leaves of plants, pollutes the water in the rivers, lakes, seas, and harm the animals living in water. Here is a simple diagram of parts of the carbon cycle, emphasizing the terrestrial or land-based parts of the cycle. Living things need space as well, not the outer space, but an actual space to live and breed. Overcrowding, especially in animals, can result in stress and diseases. Living things need enough space just like humans do. Plants, animals, and humans need enough living space in order to survive and multiply. When there are too many organisms in a given space, overcrowding occurs. Overpopulation or overcrowding is not good to the health of the organism. Lack of enough space will result to the following. First, lack of food. When there are too many of the same kind of animal or plants competing for one food source, organisms are not healthy.
Many will die of starvation or diseases. Second, wandering. Overpopulation results to lack of food. Some animals will go to other places in search for food. Outside their habitat may be harmed or may harm others. Third, disease. Overcrowding may spread diseases faster. An image shown is an example of an overpopulated community. The sun. The sun is the source of all heat, energy, and light. The amount of sunlight available in a place determines what living thing can survive there. All plants use sunlight to make food in a process called photosynthesis. They store the food in their leaves and in the fruits. The energy stored in the plants flows or is transferred to the animals that eat these plants. The sun is a very important environmental factor in the ecosystem. All living things depend on the sun in order to survive. Without the sun, life will not be possible on Earth. The importance of the sun is shown in this diagram. First, source of light in the earth. Second, source of energy needed by plants to make food. Third, source of heat to warm the earth. Fourth, gives vitamin D to the body. Fifth, increased water temperatures work together to kill harmful bacteria. Sixth, ultraviolet ray of the sun kills bacteria. The energy from the sun is transferred from plants to animals. When animals eat the plants, only the right amount of sunlight should be acquired. Too much or too little will have a bad effect. Plants should not be planted very near each other, so the plants will have enough exposure to sunlight. This way, they can make more food. All living organisms require water for survival. All oxygen-dependent organisms need water to aid in the respiration process. In the most basic way, our bodies are made up of about 70% water. Water is the medium in which all our cells' biochemical activity occurs. Water may be consumed by living things or may also be a habitat for them. Water is very important for survival of living things. Plants need water when they manufacture food through photosynthesis, the process where plants transform the energy from the sun into food. Animals and humans need fresh water for our organs to function. We get water from drinking it and from our food. Water makes our bodies absorb vitamins and minerals from the food we eat. It also helps to regulate our body temperature. Water also provides a home for water or aquatic plants and animals. It also provides a breeding ground or temporary home for animals which spend part of their lives in water like frogs and some insects. Humans are the biggest consumers of water on Earth. We use water for drinking, cooking, washing, and cleaning. It is also used in growing food and in producing electricity. Only 2% of the water on Earth is fresh water, while salt water makes 97.5%. Protecting our environment is important to keep the sources of our water pure. Water conservation means using our water supply wisely and avoid polluting it. Shown is an image of water pollution. Now let's try these activities. Activity 1. Write T if the statement is true and F if it is false. Write your answers in your activity sheet or science activity notebook. First, acid rain only damaged the leaves of the plants and not the ability to produce fruits. Second, air pollution is only harmful to animals. Third, oxygen makes up the biggest portion of the air in the atmosphere. Fourth, people are the reason why there is pollution in the air. Fifth, the lung is the main organ that will be harmed by air pollution. You only have 5 minutes to answer.
Your time starts now. Activity 2. Write yes if it shows a good space for a living organism, and no if it shows an overcrowding. Write your answers in your activity sheet or science activity notebook.
First, two goldfish in a small aquarium. Second, a corn plant surrounded by grasses. Third, a dog that can play freely around the backyard. Fourth, four puppies born to a dog with 6 nipples. Fifth, 5 mango plants growing beside each other.
You only have 5 minutes to answer. Your time starts now. Activity 3. Describe the effect of the environment in the life cycle of organisms. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Write your answers in your science activity sheet or activity notebook. First, the process where plants transform the energy from the sun into food is called blank. A. Energizer. B. Transformation. C. Photosynthesis. D. Water formation. Second, animals and humans need blank for our organs to function. A. Dirty water. B. Polluted water. C. Fresh water. D. Salty water. Third, how many percent of salt water makes up the earth? A. 2%. B. 95.7%. C. 20%. D. 97.5%. Fourth, which of the following is not true about water? A. Helps distribute nutrients from food to all parts of the body. B. Serves as breeding ground for some animals. C. The earth has more fresh water than salt water. D. Home for the aquatic plants. Fifth, who are the biggest consumers of water on earth? A. Animals. B. Plants. C. Humans. D. Soil. You only have 5 minutes to answer. Your time starts now. Let's check how far you've learned. Read each item carefully. Choose the letter of the correct answer. You only have 10 minutes. Good luck! Here's your guide to check if you've got it right. Well done, kids. That's it for today. Till next time. Bye.